No, 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 no. Ay, ay. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. No, no. We vibing, we cooking, we react on screen. Real laughs, real food, real moments and scenes. From day one, grind to a bigger vision. One click away, yeah, you made the decision. Pull up, kick back, yeah, you in the zone. Good energy, only make yourself at home. If you rock with love and you trust real few, then you already know what we here to do. Welcome to the nation, yeah, you're home now. Hit that like, hit subscribe, we grown now. Love many, trust few, keep your faith strong. New nation, yeah, we going long. New beginnings, new energy too. Always paddle your canoe. This is no.
Let me go ahead and do my spiel. If you like the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell for every time I go live over in the kitchen cooking or doing a car ride, y'all. Also, when this comes out, hype the video. Okay? I just ran across this guy. And I guess because of what we've been talking about, it was in the algorithm. And the title got me. So D4 whatever paid the parents off. Private investigator reveals bombshell information on Celeste Rivera's parents. Okay? This stuff, I gotta get this stuff, and this stuff got to go out tomorrow. It's gonna have to. I still got music videos in the chamber I ain't put out. Let's see. Hey, mama. So I'm going on. I just finished that new thing about Clarissa girl. Apparently Maserati's supposed to be going. He's supposed to have on Know Something. I forgot what it was called. Know Something. He's supposed to have an interview talking about Clarissa and all this other stuff, but he when Anonymous Chi tried to do something on it, she got a copyright strike or whatever on it. And he ain't even really make nothing from it either. So it's like you just went and told an interview for free. Let me see. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I just stumbled upon this page, like I said before. Let me do my disclaimer. Everything I say is allegedly. I don't own any of this stuff. This stuff is for educational purposes only. Okay. Man, they just dragging Meg. They just saying Meg just trying to, she was 304 trying to get wiped up. She done been passed through the thing. I be with Pink Book lessons on some things, but not, I keep forgetting she's placed for the other side too, so. All right, so without further ado, let's get into Mr. Pascal Show. And if y'all like it, y'all go and subscribe to him. So let's get on this David. So my closed captions on for my hearing impaired people. So let's go. Oh, I keep forgetting.
Oh, Celeste's parents got some splaining to do. Yikes.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
David is absolutely cooked. I know we've been saying that ad nauseum on this channel and on other platforms as well. There's a lot of other people that have been saying that on multiple platforms as well. But let's be real. David is in absolute trouble, okay? He is deep fried. He is overly well done, okay? That's how cooked he is. But now people have been looking at everything as things start to reveal themselves. It's becoming more and more shocking to realize that this guy, D4VD, is an absolute mother-loving monster. He call that man D4VD. Okay, it goes without.
D4VD. He call this man D4VD. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my let's get a little cool in here. I was complaining about it being hot. Now it's getting a little cool. Let me get my blanket. It's gonna level out though, cause the boys gonna be in that thing sweating. I don't want them to be in the room sweating. Okay. All right, let's go. Man, when I get home tomorrow, honey, I'm working on all these videos. I know you said stop, but fuck it. I'm going head
A question
first.
that
Fuck it.
this guy is an absolute piece of trash. But now there are a lot of speculations from the past that are starting to resurface again. They're starting to rear their ugly head back into the conversation. And part of that, I hate to say this, but part of that has to do with the parents. Celeste Rivas's parents. Now, may she rest in peace.
Yes.
But there are a lot of questions now revolving around what the parents did or what the parents didn't do. One of the main things is one of the rumors that's been flying around.
No, y'all. No, that's why one thing I was saying. I was like, how was she missing? They said, well, she was missing over a year, right? How did y'all not know that this girl was missing like this? She's 14. My son is finna be 15. You think I let him out of my sight? No. He only goes out of my sight to go to school. And I understand he's going to have to get older and do what he needs to do. But as of now, and while you're still under my roof, I'm going to make sure. Yo, 14, why are you gone at 14? Them people felt that girl.
Like crazy is, did the parents actually get paid so that David could still have his relationship with her?
Ooh.
Did they extort her relationship with D4VD for their own financial?
He's killing me with this D4VD. He's killing me with this D4VD. He killing me with this D4VD, though. But he ain't lying. He ain't lying. D4VD.
Gain, or did they just straight up sell her? That's the thing that a lot of people are still kind of having that conversation about.
Just like they
that
was doing with R. Kelly. I'm not saying he innocent, but some of y'all motherfucking mamas need to be right up under the jailhouse with his punk ass. And I still jam some of his music. Oh, fucking well. I'm not thinking of no motherfucking children. Hell, fuck, you know.
But one thing is interesting. The parents did make a public appearance a while back. I just wanted to show you guys the parents one more again so you guys can see that for yourselves, okay? But here it is. They're coming out of the courthouse, okay, after David's first court appearance, where we found out that David had a lot of content on his phone that he shouldn't have had on his phone in the first doggone place, okay? The man is disgusting, but this is all shocking information. And I think there's a reason why now they didn't want to do the press conference, because they were supposed to make a statement through their lawyer, and they just sort of decided to not do that. They opted out from that situation. And I think it's more than just that.
I bet they did opt out because you go in front of all them people. Them people gonna be up there trying to ask you how y'all didn't know your 14-year-old daughter was gone over a year. How?
Being distraught about the information that they found out. I think there's something more to this. I'll explain here in just a little bit. Take a look at them walking out.
Look at them.
Come on, guys.
Look at them right there. Look at them.
So here they are.
Look at them. Both of them.
I'm assuming it's
That's got to be the daddy. Got to be the daddy. That's got to be the mama. Look at that. That ain't it. Are those faces of parents who, I'm sorry, I could be wrong, but those don't look like faces of parents who were concerned about their daughter. Okay? Them ain't no face, because, baby, I be in the streets going crazy behind mine. I don't give a hell if they don't like me or not.
these two in the back, the dad right here in the glasses, and he's holding, I think, his wife right
Is
here.
that the
I don't know
wife?
who
Okay,
these
the
other
wrong
two
person.
are.
I
They
thought
may
that
be
was her.
family
My
members,
bad.
just there, you know what I mean, being there in support, supporting them during this really, really difficult time, which understandable that they're going to have their, you know, they're going to have their family with them to hold it down, right? Especially during this time. But this is them right here, okay? I just want to make sure that you guys saw that. Parents do exist. They made their first appearance at that first court appearance, okay? Or, you know, one of David's first court appearance, okay? Now, there's something else, and I just said it a little bit ago, but there is some very interesting information that's coming out from this interview that Gideon had.
Okay, so before we start hold on, y'all. Let me get my chair so I can prop my feet up, honey. I'm gonna get comfortable. Cause baby, this is some juicy stuff here. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I am back. Babe, I had to tell them kids. I told them to go. They still up downstairs. Oh, no. Time to go to bed. All right, baby. Let's get comfy. You like how I did that? Okay, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Comfy. All right. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. All right.
With Steve Fisher. Okay. Steve Fisher is the private investigator that has been deep diving into this whole case. Okay. And he's the one who's been putting out all kinds of information, y'all. It has been absolutely insane. This whole interview itself is wild. It's a little over an hour long. I highly recommend you guys go check it out because he says so much more in this interview than just what I'm showing you right here. I may look at a few highlights of this interview in a live a little bit later on this evening, maybe. I don't know. But what I will say is that it's definitely one you need to watch. Okay, Gideon on YouTube. Obviously, he streams on other places as well. But this interview is absolutely mind-blowing. This part right here gets the parents in some serious trouble because it shows that the parents been known about this relationship between.
Do something about these parents, man, because it just can't be no way. Like over a year, bro, it can't be no way. It just can't be no way. That you didn't know nothing.
And Celeste. They've been known for a long time. And in fact, they were doing everything they could to cover their own asses by reporting her missing in April of 2024 when they knew exactly where she was.
Wait a minute. I didn't even know that. They reported her missing in 2024. So y'all did this ahead of time. And so y'all can hang out. Because if you do a missing persons report, They can't hold you liable for nothing. When you do missing persons report, when you have a minor, a underage child, CPS won't get caught in your life. Okay, they won't. Things like that won't happen. So just in case of something, and that's stuff for y'all to just go and file a police report, but not do anything else. Maybe did y'all care about her at all? Cause doing this, it don't seem like y'all, the parents did. I could be wrong, man. I could be so wrong. This dude he like he was oil forming on here. Something wrong with him. He looks demonic.
But they were doing that, at least according to what Steve Fisher says in this interview, they were doing that to cover their own butts just in case she's not showing up to school, so on and so forth. If she's missing, then they don't have to worry about all that extra stuff. CPS, being called to the home, so on and so forth. Get some of the heat off of their back, which is very, very insane. Then also talking about transactions being made between D4VD and...
He is killing me with this D4VD. I'm sorry. It's the D4VD for me.
The parents, which is absolutely insane. So let's take a look at this video. We're going to be breaking it down. So let's take a look.
Wait a minute. So she wasn't really missing. You want to know, in my opinion, what the missing persons report was about? It was to cover their ass so CPS didn't come in and say, hey, she's not.
I just said that. I ain't even watched his. I just said that. I just stumbled up on this man's page today. Man, look, y'all. Man, look, man. Man, I know, man. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down, Nunu. It's all right.
She's not going to school. What's up? If she's a missing person, you say she's not going to the school because she's a missing person. Then you don't have CPS in your life at
That's simple math.
that moment.
Yep.
It makes total sense. It makes total.
Yep, because when you have kids, and it's called a truancy. It's a you can go to court for that. It's a truancy ticket, right? They missed too many days. I know down here in Texas. Then I don't know how it is now. It still is the same way. You get a truancy. You get that truancy ticket, baby. That's $500 to $600. You got to come off with when you go to the courthouse. Nah, player, I'm not getting. I tell them all the time. I'm not getting no ticket behind you, which I think is crazy. I really think it's crazy.
Total sense that part. Let's continue.
And
I mean, because what if something actually was really happening, and you literally just had to take those 3? Because I know now they can't miss no more than 3 days. Baby, I don't be worried about them people, because if my kids is sick or something, they staying home. They going, long as I got that doctor's excuse, that's gonna help pass every time.
I sympathize. I guarantee. I know that they are. I know that they're grieving. I know they lost a daughter, but goddamn, it's
some accountability.
She shouldn't have been allowed to be. She was gone a year and a half. Man.
That part.
A year and a half. Somebody should have said, maybe we shouldn't be letting Celeste live her own life. There needs to be accountability.
At the age of 14. At the age of 14. Why are y'all sitting here just like, okay, it is what it is? Some people, some in different households or nationals, however they do. Nix was just telling me earlier about how over there in Japan, China, one of them, they buy homes for the kids when they're young, and they pay the bills for them, and they stay in the home until they turn 18, and then they move them out after that. That part, and then you know what else too? No, this ain't no different than what's his name? Will Smith. Remember when his kids grew up and they had their own homes? It's like they moving them out so quick. And for you, you mean to tell me your 14-year-old, you had no control over her? Like you couldn't stop a mud hole in her? Like my grandmama would say, girl, I stuck a mud hole in you. I couldn't understand a mud hole. I'm like, but a mud hole is, but I'm not muddy. Anyway.
Because this is all chopped up and everything, but that is for sure that the parents probably were like, we should all have been saying this out loud. We all are saying this in unison right now. Mm-hmm. She should not have been hanging out with the likes of this guy named David.
Yep.
D4VD, as I like to call him. He was a grown, he's a man. He was an adult.
And then
She's a
it was
child.
somebody else. Even when he was underage, he was still older than her. So he's been dealing with her since before 14, right?
They started talking when she was as young as 12 years old.
Oh.
And he just started luring her in bit by bit. And I get it. She may have been a handful. I get it. She may have been really, really tough to deal with because she was going through that teenage angst, going through puberty, going through changes, right? I get all that. But at the same time, this is your child, and she just kicks rocks. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. Yep, not here to try to victim blame or victim shame or go off on the parents in that kind of way. All I'm saying is if they really truly knew about who David was, how he's been at the house a couple times, how they're allegedly having meetings.
They had a video going around.
D4VD in the
came out when they showed the video about him saying what he said and the girl said what she said. Then they had like another video going around where they saw where he was in don't quote me on the whole thing, okay? This is allegedly, all right? They had a part where he was 16, 17 at the time. Damn. And she was 12. God. Whoa. Man, there's stuff like this be kind of touching me, man, because I went through that shit. That's crazy. I forgot what I was getting ready to say. Shit, it'll come back to me.
About Celeste, how there could be actual financial transactions between D4VD and the parents. This clearly tells me
that's what I was getting ready to say. They had a video going around, y'all, about they had a video going around where David was in public with her, and it was other people that was seeing them out in public. And then that's when they was taking them pictures like, hey, I just seen him over here. Well, I seen him over here. Is that person that they talking about? You know, and they would see him out in public. I think everybody who's seen them together that knew something that was in that circle, that was in that thing, something needs to be done to them. Not like that, though. Not, accountable.
A different story. This paints a completely different story. Hence the reason why I feel like the parents even more now didn't want to be on that podium, standing behind their lawyer and letting their lawyer speak out, because they realized they made a huge mistake.
I said that earlier.
They made a deal with the devil.
I said that earlier.
Literally took their child and handed it.
Yep.
If these allegations are true, handed it to an absolute predator.
Yep.
Think about that for a second while we go into this next piece.
Well, I went with the charge. Could you see potential charges being pressed on the parents, or do you think that for press reasons and?
Yeah, I think it's too high profile of a case, right? So they're going to say, oh shit, if we do that, we're going to have a certain amount of the people that are going to be like, I don't care if what they did is wrong. You got to give them some space because they're a grieving family, and they are.
Well, fuck all that.
But
they wouldn't be grieving.
They've also got to be.
They wouldn't be grieving if they was they wouldn't be grieving if they knew where their daughter and stuff was. If they 14-year-old daughter, y'all my baggage. If that 14-year-old daughter was still here and you had a toll or whatever on her, she could have been a lot. Because her parents look like they're a little weak. But still. Damn, man.
Hey, we messed up.
They got to be held accountable, okay? Most definitely. Don't mean to interrupt this interview, but they got to be held accountable for those actions. They're making a decision to hand over their little to a grown man's, into a grown man's grubby and disgusting demonic hands. Let's be real, okay? Mm-hmm. They lured her.
Sure did.
They actually held her hand, walking her to her demise.
Yep.
If this information is true, they absolutely screwed up. Absolutely.
Sure,
and they should be held accountable for these actions if and only if this information is true.
We messed up. And listen, there is.
I think they did mess up.
I think there's going to be financial transactions that come out in this. If this goes to trial, they're going to show that there were people that were getting money, and it's going to look really, really bad.
Wait a minute.
It's going to look really, really bad indeed. I mean, let's be completely real. This is a situation where one thing is for sure. There were other options that could have been made, and they chose not to go down that route. Again, if this information is true. What Steve Fisher found out is absolutely insane, shocking, pearl-clutching moments, okay? Like jaw-dropping information. If that is the case, then the math starts to math a little bit more, because it doesn't make any sense that this young girl was missing for so long and nobody saw her and said, wait a second, you look like such and such. In fact, you look like the missing girl on the posters right there. It just makes no sense. If you're just,
I've seen it on some of the videos that they were showing then, you know what I'm saying, when they was out in public, where they was out in public. And nobody didn't say nothing. Even the people in the chat was saying certain stuff, but still, nobody, like, just brushed it off.
Out there, not very far from your own home. The other thing is, too, allegedly, high school, all the kids in her school, not high school, but all the kids in her school, or some of the kids in her school, were extorting David, too. And David was paying off those students so that they wouldn't go to the police and start squad.
What? So they knew this. See, these young money is the root. That's what it say. Money is the root to all evil, not of all evil, but to all evil.
Walk in about his relationship with the likes of Celeste Rivas. There are so many breadcrumbs here that seem to be off kilter, but actually, if you put it down and you just think, oh, I guess I didn't take my crazy pills today, you might realize, well, no, it's not crazy. The math is mathing now. Now it makes sense. She'd been missing for a year and a half, and no one bat an eye.
Nobody bat an eye.
No one bat an eye about it.
Not the parents.
Until her body was found in a car, and then that's when it's like, oh, yeah, that's my daughter.
And that's what I'm saying. A year, your daughter was gone. A year, your 14-year-old was gone. A year. Even after you signed the missing persons report. It didn't seem like you went around looking for a year. 14 years old, a year. She can barely take care of herself. She can't take care of herself. She can't get no job. What's she gonna work? I guarantee you he was taking care of everything for her.
She was dating a guy named David. What? So mama already knew about that. Mm-hmm. And you mean to tell me they didn't know at all? Like, don't get me wrong. Maybe mama could have known only the fact that she was dating a guy named David. And that's it.
Yep.
She didn't know any other information about, like, if he was dating, if she was dating somebody who was not her age, that he was much older.
Especially if you still in here, you staying with me, yo. Because I'm not trying to just be in your business. Shit.
So on and so forth. But when you hear the other information about how David was driving up and picking her up and having meetings or actually meeting her family, so on and so forth, it tells you something different. Especially now when you hear the likes of someone, a private investigator, stepping forward and saying, yo, he was doing financial transactions, not only just with allegedly the kids that she went to school with, but also the parents. Now, doesn't that paint a completely different scenario here?
Yep, sure does.
Doesn't it?
Yep, sure does.
I don't know, y'all. Like I said, I'm not here to try to destroy the parents. Not at all. Okay? But if this information is true, they need to be held accountable. Yep. And if there are any charges, they need to be held accountable. But let's see what happens. Only time will tell, and it depends on what the courts will do, right? What prosecution does. Are they going to go down that route and look into the parents? Or are they only just going to look at what David did to Celeste and the paper trail, the disturbing digital trail that he left behind, showing what he ended up.
How they doing with the Epstein
ended
shit.
Up doing.
They got the other stuff, and then they
something to think about
us with some other shit.
because I really do think, and we've already heard that there's another victim. I really think that there's more.
Wait a minute, it's another victim? When did they come out with this? It's another victim. Where was I at?
I really think that too.
Wait a
God
minute,
only
it's
knows.
another-
There could be another body out there somewhere. You never know as well.
Jeez, man.
The way this guy glorified gore and horror tells me something different. That maybe he was lying in wait to become something more. More notorious.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I digress. Tell me what your thoughts are. Comment down below for sure. Hit that like button down below.
All right, guys. So if y'all like his page, hold on, let me make sure these boys. Okay, let's see. All right, so if y'all like his content, y'all, I'm gonna his page. Let me go to this top.